But there's a sweet science to boxing. There's a sweet science to boxing.
The best and the coolest thing about my career is called the sweet science.
There's a sweet science to boxing.
It's to hit and not get hit.
Let's get to it. So as you know, Richardson Hitchins and Gustavo Lemos had a fight this past Saturday, and Richardson Hitchins came out on top with the victory. Now, a lot of people feel like he lost that fight. Even I say I feel like it should have been a draw. I don't think that he done enough to actually win the fight. But then I also stated that Lemos did throw a lot of punches where he was missing. He threw a lot of shots where he missed. And if you're just as a boxing fan, if you don't pay attention to that, you'll be too focused on his pressure. And I think a lot of people were too focused on his pressure when they thought he was winning because of his pressure, and they didn't even see all the punches that he was missing. I saw him missing a lot of punches, and so that's why somebody put up the Kambosos stats, and you can see that Hitchins was more accurate than him. That does result in winning more rounds when you're a little more accurate than the opponent. Now, with that being said, Richardson Hitchins have been on Twitter for the past 2 days trying to defend himself. Now listen, maybe he's right. Maybe he did win. Maybe he did outpoint this guy. I'm not going to say he outboxed. I'm going to say he did outpoint Lemos. But just because you outpointed him don't mean that you didn't have a bad performance. That performance was bad. You know, see, you got real people in boxing, then you got some delusional people in boxing. You got people like Frank Martin. When he knew he had a bad performance, he said it. That wasn't my best performance. I'll try to be better next time around. Regis Prograis, he came out, he admitted, I had a bad performance. I'll try to, be better my next time around. But then you got people like Hitchins who don't acknowledge the fact that you had a bad performance. So, as you can see, people are coming at him on Twitter. Damian Lillard tweeted, "These judges crazy, man." Then he responded back to him and said, "The right man won. Numbers don't lie, my guy." Listen, numbers don't lie. He's right. Then he replied to somebody else, I ain't gonna even read the other people's, if it's not relevant, I ain't gonna read the other people's tweet. I'm gonna just read what Hitchins is saying. He responded this to some guy. He said, "I barely ate or drink anything yesterday at weigh-in and still had to sit in the hot tub the day before the fight just to make weight for the IBF and still put on a performance against a tough fighter." Yes, there was a tough fighter, and he did put on a performance against a tough fighter, but it wasn't a sweet science performance.
Say it again. Say something now. Oh!
He was hugging and grabbing and running. That's not sweet science, bro.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over.
He want to say he did what he's supposed to do in hitting and not getting hit. Basically trying to say that he executed the sweet science, but not really, bro. And then he's complaining about the IBF rules. Somebody was talking about the 10-pound weight limit rehydration clause. Okay, so why are you fighting at 140 then? We gotta stop giving these guys passes, yo. These guys, we got too many boxers who coming out with excuses that they were weight trained. Like they're trying to have a built-in excuse. Why are you weight training me then? Just like Ryan Garcia was telling Tank. Well, then why you weight training me?
So why'd you weight drain me?
Have you been
so why'd you weight drain me?
He weight drained you? So why are you fighting at 135 then? No, forget that. Why you even fighting at 140? Because you had a 10-pound rehydration clause limit. So from 136, that means that you was able to rehydrate up to 146. You mean to tell me that 146 still wasn't enough? You still was feeling dehydrated? So why fight at 140 then? If you know that you still dehydrated even at 146. Just like with Hitchins. Just like it's the same case. He's talking about this 10-pound weight limit rehydration clause. You mean to tell me from 140 they telling you that you can rehydrate up to 150 and you tell me 150 is still not enough? So why are you at 140 then? If you still feel dehydrated at 150. Then he put, "I outpointed and outboxed that boy for the most part. He had some success, but y'all need to know what's boxing. Hit and don't get hit. And that's what I did." Nah, he didn't. This right here what Boots is doing. That right there, that's the sweet science. But what Hitchins did Saturday, that was not the sweet science. There was a lot of clinching and hugging and running. Then right here he say, if y'all think Lemos won, then we can run it back again in New York City in September. I'm with all of that. And if no IBF rules this time, I beat this dude clearly. And I'll do it again to show y'all what's up. So once again, he's complaining about the IBF rules. I guess he's talking about the rehydration clause where you have a 10-pound weight limit. but they fighting at 140. So he's basically saying him hydrating up to 150 is still not enough. That's basically what he's saying for anybody who don't understand. He basically saying he still feel drained at 150. Don't that make you wonder why are you fighting at 140 then? If you need that much weight on you, listen, even if somebody say, bro, you don't know boxing, do you? Like the way he know boxing. First of all, he's an actual boxer, so he may know a little more than me, but I can tell you this, I know a coward when I see one. And I ain't trying to call him a coward per se. I'm talking about people who are afraid to fight at their actual weight. Because obviously, if you're drained at 150 still, they let you rehydrate up to 150, and you're still drained at 150, then that means that you shouldn't be fighting at 140. Why don't you fight at your actual weight unless you're trying to have a built-in excuse? We got to start holding these guys accountable. Now, he also been going back and forth with George Kambosos about, I guess George Kambosos made a comment that he didn't like, and they've been going at it, but I ain't even getting into all that. Yeah, but we got to hold these dudes accountable, man. Everybody got complaints now. Everybody got excuses now. Everybody want to complain about being drained now. Well, then how about you fight at your natural weight? That's why David Benavidez, he should fight at his natural weight as well. Fight at your natural weight then. Because if you think David Benavidez being at 168 is natural weight, you're wrong. That's not his natural weight. Just like they're trying to make excuses for Errol Spence. Well, he wasn't his natural weight when he fought Spence. Well, why are you fighting at 147 then? Stop making excuses and go fight at your natural weight. That way, you ain't got to worry about being drained. Am I tripping by saying something like that? Am I tripping for making that suggestion? Go fight at your weight. That way, you won't have to worry about being drained. Is that so crazy? I don't think it is. That's all I really got for y'all, man. I'll be back with another one.